Hello, Flight Simmer X. Hello, Rob. Hello, Geert. Yeah, sorry about taking up all your time, but it's public holiday here, like I said this morning. So looks like we're using it very well. Anyway, so this is 15A, and the big difference, Zibo did two things. He included the new code for the engine stabilization. I'll show you when we get on the runway. We're going to do the throttle advanced to 40%, let it stabilize. So you're going to probably now see if everything goes well. That's part of my test to see that it works, is to see the EGT rise, go up to about 480 degrees and then fall back to about 458 degrees, somewhere like that. I'm not entirely sure. That's what I saw on the real video. So I'm not sure how he modeled it, what exactly the values will be here, but that's all part of the test, right? So you can experience that with me. And then he said he focused on engine thrust, let me get the right words, versus required thrust. Okay. So engine thrust is basically what you get from the engine. It's your raw thrust, but required thrust is a tuned thrust for a specific flight section in the flight. So you have a specific thrust requirement for takeoff, specific thrust requirement for cruise, long range cruise, as well as then your descent idle and then also your approach idle. Okay, so there's different thrusts, different stages of flight of thrust. So he's worked on all of that. And so again, it's not going to be a very scenic flight. We're going to literally sit like this to get everything on video. And like always, I just thought, why not show you guys what we do, So if you enjoy it, then we're all happy. And then we can discuss it as we continue. Antonio and Mac, they are here with me. Welcome, guys.
Well,
Hey. I'm going to stream you on this thing just now. Just go live here. Right, so I haven't had time to really set up any and everything. The flight is already dispatched through SimBrief, so I'm just going to pick it up here and let the whole pageant begin. All right, so that's that.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Hey, SK-san. Hello, Jet Power. I don't know if I said hello to you. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, you guys are welcome. I know some of you guys like, seeing all of this, so why not, If I can, I can.
some of them are only here because they want to see Linda.
Linda, oh, Mac, okay, got it.
We'll find out whether she's in an annoying mode or not today.
Yeah, we'll rein her in if we have to.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Hello, Christopher. Good morning. Oh, VOG. Hey, UVP, welcome. Right. Oh. Very nice. Very nice. Aeroclips, welcome.
Some interesting new faces here, Mika.
Yeah. Right, 29,000. What is our reserves? 2.5.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
82%. Hello, Jean-Pierre. Yes, sir. Testing again. And you're all invited.
As one of our simmers has pointed out in Discord, he did a flight in the Zibo, not this version, but within the last couple of versions, and how accurate the flight model and everything is at the moment. He timed it against a real life flight in FlightAware, and the difference in time was 1 minute.
But he said the cruise was exactly the same. So basically it was in the vectoring, kind of at the end somewhere, where things might have just been slightly different.
But to do it within 1 minute
That-
just goes to show how
Absolutely.
accurately Zibo and Twixter have now got this flight model,
Trim up.
engine performance, etc. all sorted.
Oh, they're not done yet, huh?
No, but
Hero Clips, I'm glad. Thank you for the feedback. I do appreciate that. Here we go. We are done. Right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Guys, I make a spectacle of starting the APU because you can't believe it. You still get people that are struggling to start the APU. And there's really nothing to it. You click it once, you get it to the middle, you take a breath, you click and hold it for 3 seconds and you let go and you walk away and it just starts. You know, there's nothing really to it. You must just learn to keep it at 3 seconds, you know. Hello, Papa Mike. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
and the other thing, it may appear initially as if the APU
Ground to cockpit.
is
Please show me where you
doing
want to go.
nothing, but it goes through a self-test sequence
Yes, self-test sequence.
before
Sorry,
it
Mac,
even shows the.
you're breaking up a little bit, so I'm just repeating what you're saying.
Ground to cockpit. Door is driving up.
Kev, you don't need a fuel pump.
Current generation.
Go, Mac.
No, I was going to say current generations of the APU, you don't need a fuel pump unless you're at high altitude.
Or running extended periods over 30 minutes. If you're going over 30 minutes,
Yes.
that's a problem because wear and tear becomes a problem. The APU's got a built-in fuel pump. The reason the guys use one of these switches, okay, is for maintenance and costing purposes. So in the real world, they prefer to still use this above the built-in pump, but we're not in the real world, so we're just using that one. And like I say, if you even in the real world, if the guys use it for like 5 minutes, like we do, 5 minutes, it's nothing. It just works.
And not only that, I believe the APU fuel
Okay, all
pump
doors and
runs
hatches
on
are closed.
28
Ready to
volts,
connect.
whereas the main fuel pumps run on 200.
Yeah, so there's that consideration too. The only thing is, maintenance-wise and cost-wise, it's cheaper to get to one of these forward pumps than it is to get to any of the other pumps. You know, and I think it's this one that they use. I can't even remember. All right, but it's cheaper to get there. It's cheaper in labor, and the thing lasts longer. You know, so the guys, depending on the airline you fly for, will have different SOPs. But the fact remains, the AP has got its own built-in pump. In fact, I can start the engines without these as well because they're gravity fed. You just can't go and fly with them if they're off.
Release parking brake.
Yeah, I have to have them on.
SOP is you still bring one pump on, usually the inner left one, just because they have mixed fleet, you know, so just to make it simpler for the pilot.
It's about muscle memory as well. If you get in the wrong aircraft, even in the same fleet, you know, you've got a problem. So they might make life easier for idiots, you know, idiot pilots like us. Just stick to the script, man. Hello, Uncle John. Before start procedure.
Up to you guys.
Before start procedure.
Yes.
John?
Let me get into position quickly. I'm sitting here, just relaxing.
Before start procedure complete.
Catch it, Mac.
Ready for before start checklist.
Yep, we're aces. Absolute experts. Professionals.
starting pushback and you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. (25N2). Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
25N2.
Disconnect and tow. Stand by.
Starter cutout.
Taxi procedure.
Engine start procedure complete.
She'll call her just now again. Let's get the flaps out. Then she'll call for it herself anyway.
Tow is disconnected and piper spin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight. Servus.
Thank you, ground crew guy. Before taxi procedure. See, she's ready.
Before taxi procedure.
It's supposed to be 56% Flight Simmer X.
Before taxi procedure complete.
Just give me a
I am
second,
ready
gents.
for before taxi checklist.
Christopher Boyer donated $50 through SuperChat.
Christopher, thank you so much, man. It means the world to me. There you go. There's a video for you, Flight Simmer X. You can watch the whole startup procedure there. That's one of our videos we picked up through McDrying, believe it or not. He brought it to our attention. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit when we're on the runway. I didn't really pay attention to the startup phase now. You know that. It's a bummer. Apologies, Zibo. Apologies. I'll do on the next one. I'll zoom in a little bit more on the actual workings here, because basically we need to match that video I've just shared with you guys. That's what we're after. Okay, so next. Let's take it.
The only thing that video doesn't do correctly as per normal SOPs is he allows the start cycle to go to max
Yes.
N2
Yeah.
before he opens the fuel clock.
Yeah.
Normally it's opened at 25%.
Very.
Taxi lights
Jenny
on.
got the 50, didn't he, Mark?
Sorry?
He let it go up to 50, if I remember rightly.
No, 29.4 I think it was.
So he takes it
It's
up to
the maximum
29.
it can
Yeah.
go to on the air start. Yeah.
Okay, but it also, that also depends on your atmospheric pressure at the time. If you don't have,
Yes, exactly, yeah.
he was obviously at Schiphol, which is under sea level, so he could push it up to 29. In most cases, in general flight, once you go a little bit higher in the atmosphere, higher elevation airport, you will never even get to 29.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Those graphics.
And it's also dependent on the air start pressure as well, the
Yes.
depth pressure.
Yeah. Uncle John, we are really struggling to hear you. We can't make out what you're saying, to be honest.
Because I'm listening to your broadcast.
Yeah, it's breaking your voice badly, don't know what to say. Hello, Dave. Sorry?
Yeah, you sound as if you're a little far away from the mic as well, John.
Okay. My comment was those graphics are nice.
Probably a lengthy answer discussion. What factors are used to determine cruise Mach number? Seems like every flight and it comes up with 77 for me. Yeah, I think one of the real pilots will have to really answer that, but I can give you a very good indication. It's going to be determined by temperature, by weight, things like that. Weather, three good answers that, but I'm not entirely sure,
And cruise and cost index.
Cost index as well, yes. So what you need to remember, Dave, right now is we are in a testing and fixing up phase, okay? And the code consists of many millions of lines, okay? And each section of the flight is a separate section in the code. And let's say, for instance, you are now on 4.02.12. For instance, I'm just giving a random number, right? If Zibo's focus was not on that envelope or that part of the flight that you are looking at, you won't see a difference. It's just going to be, like static. It just is what it is because the code has to be there. So the next round come to 13 or 14, or now I'm in 15, testing 15, yeah, you'll probably start noticing a difference, But Zibo can't, or let me rather rephrase that, he can, but he does not want to take the Zibomod offline, spend 3 months and then surprise everybody with a big update. So what he's doing is he's now sharing the updates, and it comes through me and it goes to you on a almost daily basis, as you can see. So in all of that, there is experimenting, there's fixing, and then there's also the fact that he doesn't concentrate on all million lines of the code every time. He doesn't tweak everything. He focuses on a section, fix that section. But the other sections need to be there, otherwise we can't fly it. So it's kind of a default setting, call it what you want. And that's why you can probably pick up on repetitive, things, patterns. Jet power, I agree.
Before you join the runway, Nico.
Yeah.
Because the winds will be different. I'm wondering whether you want to try going to 40%.
We might as well. Right, so I'm going to take it to about 40%. Oops, that's too much. All right, so watch the EGT, it rises, and then it's supposed to fall back. And if it doesn't, it means he hasn't looked at that code yet. and I was under the impression he did. Let's take it back. Hmm. 428 goes up. This thing doesn't pull back down again. I thought he said
Well,
he
as I
fixed
say,
that.
in real life, well,
Yeah.
maybe he's got other information as well.
Yeah.
Do it again, right?
I've done it twice already. Send him a message. Ask him. I was under the impression. Zibo. Right, was under.
Just confirm you're on 15A.
I
Nika.
did.
Certainly didn't overswing there.
Dave Cost, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Dave Cat 1458 donated $25 through SuperChat.
That's brilliant, your supporting Nika.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, it went in the real one, the video we watched this morning, it went up to 480 in EGT, and then it fell back down to 458. And then the pilot pressed the toga button. So, no, it ain't doing it for us, so we'll see what Zibo says. Exactly, Flatsimmer X.
Go and watch that. Go and watch that video in slow motion.
Yeah, because it happens very fast.
Yeah.
Approaching 3-3.
Oh,
Runway 33 confirm.
done.
On runway 33.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure.
You guys are ready?
Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist. Stabilized.
Here we go.
Takeoff thrust set. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate.
Yo, that wind
Positive
grabbed
brake.
me, huh? Hey, Alex. Welcome.
Acceleration altitude.
Yeah, mega tailwind. According to the METAR in both Navigraph and in the weather engine here, I was expecting about 5 knots on the nose, but the weather in X-plane was different. We have a public holiday here, Alex. That is why I'm privileged. Sorry, man. That's why I can do the streams for you today. I was also working, by the way, in between. I didn't sit here and just twiddle my thumbs. Huh?
Flaps up and set.
No, I promise. Let me just quickly check. I might have got that wrong. Kev, give me a second.
Approaching transition.
Just check that quickly. So I'm using xEnviro. Just see if I made a mistake there. xEnviro. Oh yeah, it shouldn't say disabled by xEnviro. Apologies. That's a mistake. I've just saved this. If you press F5, you'll see it's updated. Dave, Flight Sim and Zibo has been working together for a long time. Flight Sim is not part of our team. We're not part of his team. He kind of does his own thing, but him and Zibo has got a very good friendship going. And he's been helping him for a long time to give him some information, you know. Now, Sasso, that is with us, him and, almost said his name, Flight Sim work together, okay? So they also, you know, obviously talk to each other. And so there's a lot of support coming from those two real training pilots, you know, coming back to the Zibo side of things. It's very unusual, very, very unusual. Yeah, we might get surprised with it. Another update later, you know. Max Zibo hasn't responded yet, so he's either not seen it or he's busy. We'll find out soon now. Yes, correct. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, he's, if you look somewhere here, there you go, there's Flight Sim and there's mine. See? Oh, get that. Not gonna work. This must look nice from the outside. Now I'm getting distracted from my task. I apologize. Just want to see what we can see and not see. Not much. Okay, we need to zoom in and keep our eyes here. Oh, this AutoOrtho is a game changer, man. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, they've got a good working relationship. I've spoken to Pariktisum a few times, handful of times, not many times, but you know, like I say, he does his thing his side, we do our thing this side. Yeah, there was a air pocket. Yeah. Nice kick.
Thousand to level off.
Yeah, because Nico was sleeping, sorry. Thank you. It reminded me, I never turned that knob to the end. Oop. You see, now what's happened is it's built up
1000 to
extra
level off.
speed. So in the climb, it's going to reach the top of climb quicker because it was faster. I understand what you mean. And there, look, there's your banana. Look where that banana is. Look how nicely it calculates it. That flippin' green banana. There you go. That's gone.
In the Discord, Nico, in the Skymatix online, if you look in the chat there, James Queen has asked a question.
Oh, yeah, I'm not watching that. Hold on. Hello, James. You do, Mr. Pritson, you do a whole thing. No. A problem tuning VNav and LNav on. I don't actually switch the VNav and LNav off. So it's not supposed to be a problem. What I would suggest is just cycle your flight directors. Switch off auto throttle and everything. Just cycle through your MCP if you get a problem like that. And go switch off LNav. Once you switch off these two flight directors, those are the main things. If you switch them off, it should cycle the LNav, VNav. Because what could be happening is you could be trapped in your approach mode, and you get out of your approach mode by switching off your two flight directors. I'm not sure why it's happening to you, because I don't think it should happen that way. Once you press toga, it's supposed to cancel it. It's supposed to go into the GA mode to go around, How's that fuel flow now, Antonia? You're watching?
Yeah, so I have mine at 360, it's 1.2. And I'm at Mach 75.75, so a little bit high as it was this morning. I will watch yours now. Yeah, 1.23 at the 0.71 at flight level 290. It's, I don't know, 290, it's not a common level. It seems a little high to me, but not so high as mine. I mean, 1.2 at the level 360, it's for sure a little too much compared to 1.24 at flight level 290.
Okay. Hi, Krister. Yes,
as
more
you said,
testing.
Nico, they have all the, all the grids, all the charts, and all the numbers. They were just.
So it's just still looking at the engine, the thrust values and things, you know, your N1 EGTs, fuel flow.
Yeah, in my opinion, the fuel flow is more or less correct, assuming that N1 is correct. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
as N1 is still a little bit high, then fuel flow is a little bit high as well. Probably they are, they are linked somehow, and probably still there's a little bit too much drag. As Twixter said some days ago, there's the Mach drag that it's something not so easy to set
To
up.
tweak, yes. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, Christer, I'm amazed. Oh, Uncle John was broadcasting me everything. Christer, obviously the guys are looking at it, and I'm amazed every time, you know, we get an update. You can see small little changes all the time, going in the right direction at least. Perfect for us, for where we are now going forward. Right, so that's done in frequencies. Nice, yes, absolutely. Right. Need to descend to what? What is that? 3,500 it seems we can go to. Right.
Now, you know regarding your N2 rotational speed at the moment, Luca?
Yeah, what about that?
This is quoting from an official document from 2023.
Okay, but why are we worried about N2?
The minimum rotational speed. Do you remember what I was on about?
Oh, yes, okay.
It's 69.3% if the temperature is below -4, 58.8 if above +15. And I see you're currently about minus what?
18.
So your minimum N2 speed should be 69.3%. So that might be the limiting factor on your current engine performance.
That's why I'm showing what I'm showing, so Zibo and Twixter can see all the numbers.
Yeah. I'm quoting from a European Union aviation safety document, official one from 2023.
Okay.
I can understand your comment, Julo, but unless you're an aircraft technician, to the information would be fairly understandable to most people.
One of the problems is, depending on the lines of code and everything that works together, I was speaking to another developer this morning as well, is it's very difficult to give a concise report on exactly everything that has changed, because technically if one thing in the flight model changes, it's going to affect 3 or 4 different things, if not more, and then the things get a little bit too hairy, now you've got to decipher things, because look, at the end of the day, we know that the airfoil is being worked on for the flight model. We know that the engine is being worked on because it's new code. We know that the goal is to fly on the numbers. So if you read your Boeing chart, this thing should be very close to it, and we know we are within 2% of it already. We just need to fine tune it, Yeah, so it's very difficult to say, well, look, in line so and so there was a comma in the wrong place, or a full stop, or a T didn't have the cross through the top side or something. I'm really being stupid now when I say that, so please forgive me. But that's about, I can get from the developer side. It wasn't Zibo that told me this, it was another developer, because he also asked, if we can be more specific, and he said, look, he understands sometimes it's going to be rough, and Zibo tries to just make it as easy as possible.
Krista, regarding your comment about relationship between N2 and N1. N1 is related to the fan speed, whereas N2 is related to the core engine speed. And if you look at the power or thrust generated on a pure jet, you'll find that the greatest, it's not a straight line, it's very much top end where all the power is produced, and that's because of how much is absorbed by the turbine for the compressor of the engine.
Ready for descent procedure.
It's more that sort of thing, yeah. Like, for example, the speed limits on this engine, the maximum rotational speeds for the low pressure rotor, which is your N1, which is your fan, it's 5,382 PM, which is 104 then. For the high pressure rotor, which is like the compressor for the jet side of the engine and its relevant turbine, it's 15,183 RPM. Or thereabouts. I'm quoting an official document, but that's only for one particular engine of the series.
Hello, Christopher.
And one of the reasons for the vast difference in RPM, think of the operating diameter of the fan blades, you know, the big ones, bypass fan blades, and the diameter of the compressor blades. And if the fan blades were running at that same speed, the tips would be exceeding the speed of sound, so they have to be angled so that they run slower. That's where I speak when you look at modern aircraft and the performance and all the rest of it. They're working on envelopes where it's so complicated and so many things come into play to determine what the performance, how the performance is achieved, that a layman probably doesn't understand. Your engineers understand, but or people with an engineering
Approach top
mind.
of descent.
But if you're a pure artist, you probably don't. Come on, Nico, I was expecting you to add your pennyworth. I'm trying to keep you awake here.
I'm awake, Mac. I'm waiting for top of descent, man.
Are you going to show them and descend now early or not?
Dan ek districts ago and before.
I was thinking because it goes into the 1,000 feet per minute descent, doesn't it, until it matches your V path.
Yeah, the last ATC flight we did online here was also I don't go there and press des now. I just press Alt Intervent. It does the same thing, you know. So at least now they know where to go and look for this.
I thought does the out descent still limited to 1,000 feet per minute?
Yes, yeah. Because as long as you're in VNAV, as long as you're in VNAV, it's going to try and keep the path.
Yeah, fair enough.
Julo, so what you need to expect in the next few updates, literally, is the guys are working, Twixter and Zibo are specifically working on the flight model, anything related to that, and then the engine model. And with each update, they should be getting closer and closer and closer to the Boeing numbers. That's the foreseeable future now.
And what you've got to remember is, it's like with modelling the weather for computers. They have to work out the equations and everything for determining the model. Everything's mathematically done with formula and all the rest of it. And the same, Zibo doesn't have the code, shall we say, the designers have for building the aircraft or the engines and all the rest of it, where they used computers to design the engine. So all we get performance figures, and Zibo, he's so clever and talented, he can turn it all into mathematical formulas and everything for trying to determine as realistic performance as possible. He's a clever man.
No idea, Christer. Maybe Mac was talking too softly, or maybe I was talking too softly. You know, I don't know. Can you hear us now? Or see us talk now, at least?
Sorry, okay. Christer, if it wasn't coming through clearly.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so let me quickly help James here. Okay, James, so what you do is when you're setting up those weights you're talking about, what you look at, that is your destination. It's estimated that you will land with 3.4 tons, but currently your fuel quantity is 3.8. So the difference there is a weight difference, okay? Because the fuel's going to burn away. So that's 400. So if you go, you take whatever your current weight is and you take 400 away. So that's 64.6. Oh, sorry, 63.6 now. 0.6. Right, the moment you put that in there, you get your correct V speeds for the approach, which is what I did. That's all you do. So in the progress page, you subtract those two from each other. That difference then gets subtracted from here. You enter it. You see, and the moment you go off the page and come back, it comes back to what is. All right, so the planned thing that you put in there, that 63.6, it's just a temporary thing. And all it does is it shifts your calculations for your V speeds. So you know what V speed to use when you land. That's all. All it is.
Rather than repeat myself currently, Krista, I'll talk to you in Discord if you want to hear what I was talking about.
Good evening.
Ah, hello, Sasso.
Hello.
We were using your name idly and in vain a little while ago. You're on stream. It's good that you are here.
What did I do?
No, you did nothing. You're our hero. One of them.
Ah, okay.
You're on stream at the moment, Sasso. So
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Your audience. Okay. What's your general impression of what you're seeing of recent?
Pretty good. I haven't had the opportunity of testing in depth the new Zibo. So I'm just waiting to get my, my relocation, let's say. And then in a couple of days, I should be able to do everything.
Really?
Are we waiting for you to give your input again?
Yeah, let's maybe call it a week to be on the safe side.
Good.
Yeah. Are you going to Linate?
Yes.
Are you in a position to say whether you've left the UK yet?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you are still here. Okay.
Yeah, let's say last 48 hours. And then I'm going to Italy. That's it. That is what I was about to say, Nico.
So you're all packed then?
Not really. This morning, and Nico know about this, I got a killing session. I have been up since 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. I went to work. 5 a.m. starting the briefing, doing everything, and then I finished by what it was, Nico, my lunchtime basically. I've been pretty busy.
So they're getting their pounds of flesh then?
Yeah. I was really, really busy.
Dave, remind me quickly. I can't remember exactly where it was. Where did we have that setting that you're referring to? Is it
Which
under
setting?
callouts? Here we go. I found it. Audio. Dave on stream. Yeah, he's saying that his thing continuously resets. Okay. I have a plan for you. Okay. I want you to try this. Let me just get it on stream quickly. display. Okay. So what I'm thinking of, why is it not doing this? Huh? Sorry guys, give me a second. It's not capturing my display at all. That was funny. Okay. So in Explain 12 output preferences, take those 3 files and move them to your desktop. Restart Explain. Okay, you must remove them when Explain is not running anyway. Then you restart Explain. Let the Zibo build new default ones. Then you go back into all your settings and you reset up your EFB. Once you are done, you go to save, quick save all configs, and check if it saves it then. Because it could be, where is that thing now? It could be that these files, one of them is either corrupt or locked, that you can't write to it or something. So go delete those ones, try again, but obviously you're going to have to reset up quite a bit of your EFB, but that's the only thing I can think of. Even I have had to do it twice now in the last couple of weeks, because when I start up my Zibo, this thing is already running, you know, without me telling it to run. It wants to run the service crew, you know, and the only way to really get rid of it is to go and kill the file that triggers it and then rebuild it. I don't know if Flight Sim Rex, you saw something I didn't see because I'm thinking about other things. Where am I out?
Flaps up and set.
I pressed the wrong
there's
button.
another option if you don't want to lose your current settings, is to change the default name of your B737-800X to another name and reinstall a fresh copy of Zibo.
Yeah, then you have 2 copies, and then you try with a new one, see if it does it, you know, then you can replace whichever one you need to replace. Yeah, there's many ways of skinning the cat.
Yeah. An installation of the Zibo is about 2 gigabytes complete, so.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah. At least you can see whether it's a problem with your existing one then. If the new version works, that's...
Yeah, quick way of doing it.
Yeah.
I know you have been using these speed band things for almost a year, I guess.
Yeah, I just like it, man.
You like it?
Yeah, why don't you like it? Is it a problem for you?
No, man. Yeah.
Man, you know.
He loves me so much.
Yeah.
This speed band.
I'm looking for it.
No, I think it's in the next page.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Southwest Airlines use it. Ryanair don't do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ryanair, Jet2, TUI, all these companies, they have no clue what that is.
I've never seen it here in South Africa either. It's just that when we implemented it for the Southwest guys, I thought, that's a new toy. Let's have it.
Transition
it's
level.
ready.
Ready for approach checklist.
It's shiny, new.
Yeah.
I learned something today, Sasso.
Yeah.
How many different idle speed limits are there in the Zibo engine, or the NG anyway?
Ground idle, fly idle, ice idle. Well,
and approach idle.
Yes, exactly. Ice idle is a kind of middle, but it's approach idle, technically.
Well, My understanding, it's an FAA requirement for the approach idle to guarantee a maximum of 8 seconds.
Yeah, to have go around thrust.
Flaps 1 set.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only learnt that today.
Yeah.
And the other one is the band of minimum RPM, depending on the outside air temperature of
Yeah.
the RPM of the engine.
Engineering stuff as well. Because we don't have, I mean, we have, in each company, we have SOPs to just, I mean, the need of SOPs is because as pilots, we don't, technically the company want to protect us by saying, you know whatever you need to know, but we don't want you to know too much, otherwise you start the so-called troubleshooting if you get a problem, and then everything goes wrong. So that's why we got SOP, which are built, of course, based on these rule, regulation, and stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end, this is the beautiness of the SOP in each company.
So you're not allowed to open these little screws in flight and fix one of those little wires?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I would love that.
Swiss Army knife, here you go. Come on, Captain, fix the line, fix the wire.
But there is one thing they're allowed to do with all the panels.
What?
Isn't there, Sergio?
The bulb.
Yeah.
Looking for the little plus sign, the earth point contact, and pressing it.
Which one?
Each panel's got a little like a positive sign, and that is the earth contact point.
Ah, yes, yeah, I know. But literally, what we are allowed to do is the changing the bulbs sometimes. We do the test light and we check that some light is not working. That's all we do.
Shall we buy you a screwdriver set, Sasa?
Just in case. Nico.
Yes.
Deselect approach. Just go Warlock. That's Warlock. Deselect approach. That's it. Now, what's the minima? 600. Okay, just put 600 on the altitude and then open the speed window by pressing speed intervent. I just want to double check if VNAV is working aligned with the glide loop, because that was should happen. Is on a 3 degrees. Go on legs page, please. Should be a 3 degrees glide written there somewhere. That's it. So after Fox India, VNAV should follow a 3 degrees glide, which is exactly the glide slope. So we have the glide slope signal. It's not becoming rose or pink or whatever color you want to call it. Not because Zibo is broken, but because we're simulating here a localizer approach.
Yeah.
So it's all working fine. I just want to see if the VNAV will keep the aircraft in a nice descent.
Yeah.
That's nice. Can you remember how much time we spent in coding this correctly?
Yes.
That lock VNAV at the top of the PFD.
Yes.
Since yesterday, bloody hell, was it 4 years ago?
Yes. Crazy, huh?
Wow. That's it. That's the descent point. Let's see what VNAV will do. Oh, is the center. That's nice. That's the path coming back. Now we should get the descent. This was 3000, that is 309. You can see the path on the right as well.
Yeah, I can see it's coming.
That's it. Strange that the glide slope is so much down.
I think it will catch it now.
Yeah. Is the QNH correct?
As far as I know.
6 nautical miles times 3, you should be at 1,000.
1019.
There you
Changed.
go. 1009 or 1019.
Yeah, no, it's 009. Sorry, man. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 miles on a 3 degrees glide, you should be at around 1,500 AGL. Can you spot the runway?
Yeah, if my alpha would just work. There's the runway.
Yeah. I wonder.
Definitely a 3-degree glide slope here.
Yeah. I wonder if we got a problem with the ILS or if we got a problem with VNAV.
See, I don't know.
You know you're coming high.
Yeah, I can see.
You are on 4 white.
Yeah, no, I can see.
Ready for landing
It should not happen with VNAV. That's interesting.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 3, 6.
Think rate. 500.
Are you using AutoOrtho or whatever it's called?
Yes.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
300. Think rate. 200. Think rate. Minimums. 100.
Speed brakes now round.
It is.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, I lifted the nose a little bit high there.
Speed brake up. Feet remaining. Reverse unlocked.
I wonder where this problem is coming.
I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. Sorry, I don't drive like this. This is killing me. I don't know how anybody can fly like that, but anyway. This morning I was also slightly high when I came into Salzburg. Okay, and I think what happened there was I was not on VNAV path anyway. Right, so. Yeah, VNAV path came into high here. That's my personal opinion. That VNAV path was just too high. I'll ask
VNAV
Zibo.
path was wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Because VNAV path on a... I mean, if you load the ILS approach, the ILS approach with the glide and everything should be the mirror of the glide slope.
It should be, yes, it should be.
So you should have the glide slope, and behind it, you have basically the VNAV path.
Yes.
And in fact, if you need to fly a localizer approach, what you do, you use Vorlog to get your alignment, to get aligned horizontally, and then you're going to use VNAV path to make the descent, which is going to be the mirror of the glide slope. That's why when we crossed that point, when the aircraft was supposed to descend, instead we level off, and we ended up high. And I don't know why VNAV did that.
Yeah, you see now that's a question for Zibo, because I've just checked the QNH is correct. It is correct, which means that there's probably something in VNAV code that needs just a little tweak of some sorts.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
After landing procedure.
This is why we miss you, Sasso.
You see.
After landing procedure.
Is that because I carry on problem?
No, it's because real real experience, these are the things you use every day.
Yeah,
we miss them.
Yeah, I would have used ILS and I wouldn't have known better. If you didn't tell me to switch it off and we do the Warlock approach and to check the VNAV, I wouldn't have checked
After
it.
landing procedure complete.
This is why you make a good test pilot.
I always try, even when I am on the line, I always try to fly at least one non-precision every week, just to keep me current on the non-precision. Because imagine if this happened after you have flown ILS for 6 months. You got so easy disorientated that you're like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
But one thing is if it happen in the simulator. One thing if it happen on reality during the night as well.
Yeah,
so,
then you've got a problem.
More correctly, so you highlight problems.
Yeah, which needs fixing.
Problems, yeah.
Yeah, which needs fixing.
In real life, you can be on an ILS approach and all of a sudden the ILS goes down. You've got to be able to adapt quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll have to test a bit better.
I'm just glad you didn't tell me to switch the engine off. You know, that would have been the cherry on the cake.
No, that will be next step.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
What, both of them?
Yeah,
no. No.
Yeah, come on, we can do it. Do better practice later. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, you can highlight that one out to Zibo at the end of this flight, Nico.
Of course. I think I've sparked like my backside here, but I'm okay with it. I don't know this airport. So.
I remember was a while ago. I had some problems with this, and the problem was coming because of AutoOrtho. Don't ask me why. But there was Ortho 4XP changing the elevation.
Could be that.
Ready for shutdown.
Could be that. So in other words, there's a mismatch in database. Yeah.
That's it. So basically the IRAC, because if you use a VNAV, you are taking the information from the FMC. And so in other words, you're taking the information from the IRAC itself. The runway point has an altitude next to it, which is the threshold elevation. And then the 3 degrees has been built into VNAV, so into the FMC, starting backwards from the threshold elevation.
Yes.
So now, if there is a mismatch in that, then VNAV is going to go wrong.
Yes.
And it's going to bring you high or low. And it depends just on the elevation you go from Ortho 4, whatever it's called.
Yeah, or Ortho for XP, whichever one changed the elevation. I
understand.
Know
what would be a nice trick? Try a flight without Ortho 4 XP.
Yeah.
And see if you get the same problem. This would be my first option.
Of course.
Then if you still have the problem, then I would say Zibo is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can switch off these Ortho 4 XP and return to the default scenery.
Not while X-Plane is running. Huh?
No, of course, yeah. You need to restart a new thing.
Then I'm going to have to reset up everything and so on. So we'll do it the next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay. Anyway, so I hope Zibo saw what he wanted to see. It was nice having 40 plus people on stream at one point in time. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us in this weird time of streaming and all, but it was lovely. Now I can go and rest a little bit in this holiday. Whatever's left. Yeah. So you're going to still hang around a bit?
Yeah, I have a bit of time, yeah.
Okay, cool. Cheers everybody on stream. We'll see you guys whenever we get another version to test again. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.